I've always been interested in my health and kind of taken a naturopathic or holistic approach to my health, and I started taking the pill when I was quite young, when I didn't have as much information about health and natural options or the interest. And so I was on the pill from 16 till about 20, and I never felt bad when I was on the pill, but when I finally decided to go off of it, I felt amazing. I chose the cervical cap after trying a few different methods and doing a bunch of research, and really I think that decision came out of my desire not to be taking chemicals into my body. At that time I was working at a vitamin shop and was just reading a lot about health and all that kind of stuff, and was a little bit extreme with it. You know, I wouldn't even take Advil or anything like that, which I'm a little bit more balanced in my approach to things like that now. Having tried the pill and then trying the IUD and not wanting to go back to either of those, I think, you know, it was kind of between the diaphragm and the cervical cap, or consistently using condoms, so the cervical cap just seemed like the better option. Finding the cervical cap was a bit of a hunt. I remember having to like take 2 or 3 buses like to this doctor that was like not my regular doctor, because she had all the little cervical cap kit and she could fit me with one. So it was kind of an adventure. And then when she finally figured out which size, I think that I ended up buying the very last one she had. It takes a while to learn how to use it. I definitely had some frustrating moments in the beginning, just trying to figure out how to put it in and then how to get it out. But once I learned how to use it, it's quick, it's easy, and it's reliable. It's not something that has to be put on in exactly the moment like a condom does. You know, if I'm getting ready for a date or having my partner over for dinner, I can put the cervical cap in, you know, before he even arrives, so that when that moment is going to happen, I'm already prepared. I don't know anybody else that has a cervical cap. I know a few other people that have tried the IUD, but mostly of the women that I know, they're either on the pill or a lot of them have tried that ring, the hormone ring that goes up there, or they want to have a baby. I'm Lisa, I'm 29, and I'm using the cervical cap for birth control.